Okay, we're in here in the worm room. Gonna do a fascinating video for you on some work I'm doing with these worm castings. You've already seen what I've done with the quail. Primo living litter substrate. Now, I've done it again. And this time, we've got some deep worm castings in this tub. I'm working on doing some investigation with the kiwi or guinea pigs. So what I did was I put this probably about a 2-inch layer of castings, and then now I'm putting this just a nice level layer of fluffing this out. I wanted you just to see the worm castings, why I haven't already done this, so just give me a couple seconds. Yes. And this doesn't have to be very deep. It seems to pack really nice. The reason I'm going to do this for now, I mean, always you can turn this into your castings, you know, turn it, because this is going to be a long, slow releasing, slow breakdown food source for microbes. It's high carbon, which is good because then it's going to absorb the nitrogen. So this is what we have on the back burner over here. This is going to be Carl and Penelope. And they're hiding in their sack. Carl! Come, Carl. Okay, so we're probably going to separate the two, because Penelope, obviously by now, she's pregnant. She's a little fatty. Yeah, she's definitely putting on some weight. So, Carly wants to see him. She believes they're babies. You don't see Carly, she's the little dog. So, I give them these pine needles. People online say not to, but they seem to love them. And I'm guessing they're going to get some vitamin C from that. And then we'll just go ahead. I think, I mean, for goodness sakes, I gave him this piece of, that's a piece of burlap. I'm going to get him a new piece of burlap. I can get those free from the coffee shop local here. And that way, I don't know, it looks like they've been eating it or something. Who knows? So we can get these twigs out, and I'm going to show you what we did with this bedding, because regularly before, the smell, very quickly after you put them into a new fresh bedding, which would be the pine shavings, the smell is just overwhelming. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. It's been several weeks. It's quite a mess, obviously. Let me go to where my quail chicks are, and I'll get you the rake. We'll rake this up and see what it looks like. I'm sorry, yes, I know I should have my act together better, but I never do. You can see they've decided to go in the corner, apparently. And then when I first put them in here, after I freshly cleaned this, changed their water bottle, and somehow it got flipped out and a whole bunch of water spilled in this tank. And that's why I'm super interested to find out how these castings like fared under there. So I can smell a little bit now that I'm doing some digging, but I also did, or will say, that when I added those castings, obviously it doesn't look like I added many castings. So I didn't like calculate, okay, I've got, let's say, a gallon or 5 pounds of castings lasted or absorbed, say, we need somebody on that study. We'll say how many days worth of 2 guinea pigs, urine and manure with absolutely zero smell. So that one, it was a little bit, but I'm not smelling any now. So it may have been just where it was thick, where that water spilled. There was just too much moisture. But the way this all works together, it's just outstanding. I really can't hardly believe it. So now what we're doing with these guinea pigs is we're going to try to use them for a little bit of regenerative soil work in the spring in the garden. So over here where it's super wet, I can sort of smell. And I knew that was coming because of spilling the whole bottle of water. That was a bad deal. But trust me, for in-home, you know, if you're going to have these guinea pigs in your house and you're tired of changing those chips constantly because of the urea, I guess that would be called, I don't know, then that is just amazing how that works. Now, I'm going to say that when you get those worm castings, one, you'll want to produce those to Soil Food Web standards because they maintain aerobic conditions at all times. You're not allowed to like really soak down the worms so that you get some of those anaerobic bacteria, and that's what you don't want. That smell is releasing your nitrogen, and you don't want that. You want to preserve it down. Capture it so that this stuff can be utilized for the eco-friendly agriculture amendments. So hopefully Amazon decides they're going to do a reclaim project where when they bring you your supplies as you order, you can do a reclaim where, oh my, you've purchased all these products and now look, you've got these guinea pigs and you have a wonderful product here that can be used as an eco-friendly agriculture amendment because you preserve that nitrogen in the form of ammonium or urea, and I'm not all 100% on all the language on that kind of stuff, but this hasn't any smell. And those guinea pigs have been in there for probably a month. And there's a lot of good nitrogen here. You guys have been buying those feeds from the feed store, and instead of throwing this out, there needs to be a reclaim procedure somehow that these things can be picked up. You know, Amazon's dropping off, but if they could package this stuff up from everybody and then take it to a facility which could be used then by people who are looking for eco-friendly agriculture amendments, even if we package this we can do it in a way, I'm hoping we'll find the right packaging to provide people with, and it will probably be like a sandbag type bag, and then we'll come up with a sewing system. Like, you can all order those sewing bag machines anyway. Now, I've got this all nice and fluffed up here with our high nitrogen source. So we can put that back into the bag that we bought the food from, reseal it, and say possibly ship it back. If we could have a reclaim procedure that these people would be willing to do in the future. Because this is not too wet at all, and it looks like there is still plenty of dry wood chips there that now that I've mixed these in, that's going to absorb that moisture even more. It's still very dry, in my opinion, for losing a full tank of water. And not only that, they've been drinking other tanks of water and going to the bathroom in here. So this is amazing. Now, I would say that we could bag that up in one of those sandbag type things, which is sort of breathable, because there's not enough water here for it to leak out into a truck or anything. So hopefully this video finds somebody that can start working on a reclaim project so that none of this stuff just gets sent to the landfills and wait. It's not wasted. It's still a very good product to put in a landfill. It feeds the microbes, it feeds the biology in those landfills, which will help to further break that stuff down. But if we could reclaim this and put this on as the eco-friendly agriculture amendments, since it's already going to be packaged by the person who's packaging it and sending it in, I guess may or may not work, but I think it's an excellent plan. Or even if you're willing to make something like this and then reclaim it under the right conditions so that you can give this to a gardener in your area. You probably have a neighbor who's gardening, or even just use it for your own garden. I mean, this, I could send this in for analysis, and in fact, we're going to take a sample. That was the next thing I wanted to do, because, well, I did bring I brought a baggie and then I've lost it. So we're going to take a sample of this and we'll look at it under the microscope to see what kind of biology we have created here with the urine going into it, the worm castings, and also, you know, the soil from the guinea pigs. I'm starting to call it soil instead of poop, because back in the day they used to say a baby soiled their diaper. So that moment in time, the babies used to have a lot of beneficial microbes in their digestive tract. So it was kind of like soil going back into the soil. So we're going to just put this into, that's what we'll do. We don't need to have a video on it. I just wanted to show you on this how well the worm casting worked as a it's like an absorber, like, so that the smells actually get, when the urine goes into those worm castings, this biology just starts working on it instantly. So it breaks it down, and there was no smell. So it was a night and day difference, you guys. So I appreciate you watching my videos, and I hope you're learning something from me. And I want you to let me know that you hung out with me today. Comment and give me likes so that I'll know this is all not for nothing. And stay safe, and I hope to see you all in the future. Oh man, I am super excited about how this, let me back this out one more time. I want to show you guys what this looks like that was taken from the bottom of that guinea pig pen. Okay, these are some nematodes, bacterial feeding nematodes, just this one spot here in the corner. It's like they'll go to the corner because they're collecting there. But look, 1, 2, 3. I mean, 4. They're very. There's a lot of nematodes, bacterial feeding nematodes here, just going like crazy. So there's one. I mean, just so you see, I am super happy with. So these are going to be your predators for, you know, in soil that's bacterially dominant. And there's another one. And to reduce those numbers. And then just look at them all. Super excited about that. So definitely our bacteria numbers are good there. Okay, is that a flagellate? Yes. So we have flagellate, and I'm going to zoom in one more time. This is our 400 total magnification. I got to give you some more light here. Okay. And then it's a little dry, but those are all cysts, amoebae cysts. So if we were to moisten this down a little bit more, which I don't want going into the pen while, see there, they're eating the, oh, I think that ciliate's got a hold of it. Maybe she's ate the tail somehow of the ciliate. But I'm not sure what that is. Sort of strange. It may be a stellate. Yeah. It's just that it's moving so much you can't see those hair-like appendages. A stellate amoeba, I think. There. Anyway, this is just like amazing biology in here from what little I know so far. Okay, so there's one there, but it's just even just the cysts are just the numbers are amazing, and if you just gave them some more moisture here, all these would liven up, and you've got an amazing inoculant for your plants on your fields to use for teas. I mean, if you wanted to just do a protozoan infusion, just get these things and feed them. Actually, all this needs is moisture because there's obviously a lot of food here with this many nematodes just having a ball. We can add moisture and trigger this different directions. So, oh, you guys have no idea. This is nice. And why your throwaway products are so valuable to the plants, your house plants, and for your gardens. These are the soil food web markers that we look for to know that your soil's healthy, that your plants that are living in that soil are getting the nutrients that they need. And then when pick the fruits from those plants, the nutrients are there in the right ratios to make sure you don't get any imbalances. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day. This was super fun and super amazing at what these worm castings can do here. I'm just looking at this little flagellate here going away. He's going away. There's others. I'm just not gonna focus in on them, but that's a nematode coming around. You could just go through this sample and just look forever. I'm going to moisten it down. I'm going to try to get some more biology active and going. So if you guys will comment below, see what all it is that you see in these samples. I'm not going to do a full-on assessment to see what our fungal to bacterial ratio is because the bacterial is just outstanding here. But this is definitely a biocomplete. I'm not seeing any pathogens at all whatsoever. No ciliates. It's good. Spectacular. Okay, we'll shut this video down for now. And I'll continue to scroll around in here and see what interesting things I can find.